Okay, this is Orlando Wilson. What I want to talk about in this video, quickly, as usual, is people in the close protection business that are using drugs. And this is a problem, or this is more prevalent than most people would think. And let me break this down into three sectors. We'll talk about those taking steroids, illegal drugs, and also prescription drugs. So to start off with steroids. Now there's a lot of people in the close protection business, especially guys that like to be big, that are juicing, that are taking steroids. To me, any type of drug use in the close protection business is a no-no. You just can't do it, period. And I'll tell a couple of stories as I go along to negatives I've had to deal with people over the years. Now, the issue is with steroids. Steroids are behavior changers. And people that say that steroids don't change people's behavior, BS. I've seen it on multiple occasions. One example, I remember I was doing a course in South Florida and I had some guys turn up, big guys, and they were drinking so much water and they were all agitated throughout the course. And I didn't know what's up with them. I just thought it was weird. They turned up for a 4-day CP course that I was running in South Florida, and they lasted 2 days. Why? I don't think they was getting enough water breaks, eating breaks, and all the rest of it. And one of them left a business card in the office. And I had somebody else turn up after that course. Now, yeah, this guy's selling testosterone, or some type of testosterone. And I explained to him how they was acting. He said, yeah, you mean I was never, that world's a completely different world to my world. And the guy's explaining to me, yeah, they need to drink so much water because they're on the steroids, etc., and they're doing this and they're doing that. That's why they're acting weird. So again, you can't be acting weird and need to be drinking gallons of water if you're working with a client or even doing training courses. Another example, I know a guy in London years and years ago. It's a funny story. He's a good guy, but he had an issue. I done little bits of door work with him at one location in central London, rough pub, very rough. And he had an issue. His life changed when one night he had to go in. I wasn't there that night. I heard this story from multiple people and he told the story. He couldn't not tell the story. He went in to ask some girl to leave. Small girl, normal girl, whatever. This guy wasn't small. And she kneed him right in the balls. And she put him, from what I hear, and he said himself, he was on the floor. He was out. She kneed him that hard in the balls. He was finished. He was on the floor crying. That was a life-changing experience for him because there's some big badass bouncer, and he had a little bit of an ego issue anyway, that's just been dropped by some little chick in front of the whole bar. After that, at one stage, he started to wear a cricket cup. You don't know what that, I'm sure people wear it for baseball. It's a little cup that goes over the balls, protective cup, so to stop the ball hitting them in the balls. He always used to wear that when he was working, and he started to put on weight. He started to put on muscle fast. He said he wasn't juicing, he wasn't doing steroids, he was doing fucking steroids. Anyway, the point of telling this story, him and another guy was working who people claimed was taking steroids. I never met the guy. And one night, everybody said these two guys should never work together, and some idiot put them together to work. They ended up throwing somebody out of this bar, and they had a push bar fire exit. They opened up the fire exit with the guy's head, which resulted in, they reckon, a 6-inch gash in his head. Dumped him down a flight of stairs onto the street. What the police picked up afterwards, when they come around and done the investigation, they pulled all the CCTV in the area around the bar, and they had these two guys kicking the shit out of the guy, stomping on him after they'd opened the door with his head and bounced him on the street. So that guy went from being a normal guy to being a fucking hand grenade due to steroids. He didn't go to jail, surprisingly. If I take it, mummy and daddy forked out the money for a good lawyer. This kid was a student doing door work to get his way through university. Good guy, but I take it mummy and daddy forked out the money for a good lawyer because he didn't go to jail. And the reason he didn't go to jail is he had to go through a load of programs because the lawyer highlighted the fact this guy was taking so many steroids, he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. Anyway, steroids are a personality changer. Illegal drugs, big no-no. I know a lot of guys in the club scene, it's expected to take, well, drugs is mainstream these days. I'm not into them, I don't touch them, but they're there. If you're in the club scene, if you're taking illegal drugs, if you're taking whatever these days, I say this to people. One, the drugs are illegal. If you're carrying a firearm, if you're caught with illegal drugs, you're going to have big, big problems. And then firearms if you're working in the US. If you're working in most other countries where drugs are illegal and security is a licensed business, if you're arrested for being in possession of illegal substances, you're going to lose your licenses. Now I say to guys and girls, it's like, you think about it if you're taking illegal drugs, recreational drugs, if you're involved in an incident, if you're involved in a fight, if you're involved in a shooting, and your blood is taken, are those substances going to show up in your blood? Because again, if you're involved in a situation, if you're involved in an incident, and the cops pull your blood, and your blood test shows that you've got whatever type of substance in your blood, that can go against you big time. So think about that. If you're taking illegal substances, are they going to show up in your blood if you have a blood test? And in some places, if you're involved in a hostile incident, you're going to have to take a drug test, period. Now, US. I was in the US for 18 years. And one thing in the United States, well, I was in South Florida, which everybody tells me is a little bit different than mainstream United States. To me, the vast majority of people in the US, in South Florida, are on drugs. The vast majority. And I have people say to me, oh, we're not on drugs. You're on drugs. You're on prescription drugs. You're taking drugs for depression, anxiety, whatever fucking reason. Everybody's popping pills for some reason. Now, I'm a big no-no on people taking prescription drugs, taking any type of drugs. I know people, 3 people come to mind that have gone from being normal, responsible people to crashing. One being homeless, the other one ending up in mental institutions, another one ending up in jail thinking he's Jesus Christ. Normal people that due to, I take it, the medications they've been given by doctors have ended up going fucking nuts, literally, off the cards. And it gets me. I said to how many people in US, it's like, you're taking drugs, you're on, but they're prescription drugs, all the fucking same. Be it Xanax, be it whatever, it's all the same. I had one guy working for me, good guy, but he started acting a little bit weird in US, and you know what, we went out for a couple of drinks, I had a conversation, turned out he was fucking popping oxycodone. And I said to him, his work for me dried up pretty quickly. Good guy, but, and it's back down to the same stage, he was working for me armed. It's like, okay, I don't want an issue where somebody's agitated because they're on drugs, etc. They get involved in a shooting, they get involved in an incident, and it turns out they pull their blood, cops pull their blood, whatever, he's on drugs, he's doing this, he's doing that, whatever. Why? Because in the US it's a major lawsuit for me. And again, it's a reputational issue. It's a reputational issue because, okay, I'm employing junkies. And yes, if you're addicted to drugs, be it whatever type of drug, be it prescription, be it whatever, you're a fucking junkie. So this is where you have to be extremely careful from a management perspective. You have to be extremely careful when you're employing people. And I'm extremely careful to ensure they're not taking any type of drug, be it steroids, be it prescription, be it illegal. Because again, I'm always thinking of the consequences if things go wrong. I understand my outlook on life is old school and traditional, but before anything, especially in the close protection business, my reputation goes first. And I'm not going to be employing people, especially when they're working armed, that's taking any type of substance, be it legal, be it recreational, be it prescription. Don't need it. And I've said to people, again in the US, people that's popping Xanax, etc., Adderall, why are you doing it? Oh, we need this, we need that. And I said to most of these people, and again, this is from my traditional mindset, a lot of these guys are working armed. I was like, you know what? In most countries, the fact you're taking a drug for depression, anxiety, or whatever fucking bullshit is like, that means you've got mental health issues. In a lot of countries, you wouldn't be allowed near firearms. Same thing goes for people with PTSD or claim to have PTSD. In most countries, you wouldn't be allowed to be around firearms because you have mental health issues. I don't want people with mental health issues working for me. If you have got mental health issues, go get the help you need. Stay out of close protection business. Stay away from firearms. So that's my perspective on drugs. And again, I'm always very, very wary. I don't care where people come from, what their background is. I'm always skeptical of what people I'm dealing with, especially when I'm dealing with Americans. I know a lot of Americans don't take drugs, but the vast majority do. I'm very wary of Americans, especially law enforcement. When they start talking, we do this, we do that, I'm not interested in what you've done. If I have to connect with you in any way or work with you in any way, my main concern is that when I'm dealing with Americans is what drugs are you taking? How's that going to affect you, and how can that fuck things up in the future? Because I've seen it too much. So, my perspective. In the meantime, follow me along on social media. I've got a lot more of these videos up. There's more going up. I have an array of books up on Amazon. Talk about the close protection business, etc., etc., etc. And we're starting to run the courses again towards the end of 2024. In the meantime, follow me along on social media. I prefer LinkedIn, X, but we do have stuff up on Instagram and YouTube. So I run the Risk Inc. or my personal stuff, which is True Funny Has a Few Friends, etc., etc., etc. So, as always, be good, stay safe, stay out of trouble, and don't take fucking drugs.